On the last episode of the Money Panda, I brought together Bas Furby and Pekikalka, and they did an amazing job of breaking down the phenomenon of GameFi spin-offs. They put lots of much-needed context into this very phenomenon, and I decided, okay, why not just take this step further and keep exploring this? It's a really fascinating topic, and I think it does need a lot more coverage, and that's why I decided to bring together Max Nekos and Crypto Cafe to further break down this topic and further talk about startups that are able to that are able to convince people that you can learn to earn, you can eat to earn, you can sleep to earn, you can date to earn, you can do whatever to earn. So let's get into it, shall we?
Welcome to the Money Panda, hosted by Elvis Kolawole.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Money Panda podcast. Today, I'm here with Maxim Nekos from HashX. HashX is one of the companies that are responsible for some of the best DeFi intelligence out there on the market. And of course, today we're going to talk about the GameFi spin-offs, as we've been doing before. Definitely, we're going to talk about businesses that promise you could play to earn, you could have sex to earn, you could drink to earn, and whatnot. And we'll try to see which of these could possibly be viable. And of course, a man like Maxim, with the intelligence gotten from auditing so many firms and so many projects, is definitely in a phenomenal space to tell us what really works and what doesn't. So, Maxim, I'd like you to tell us what you do at HashX and what HashX is all about.
Oh, hello, Elvis. Thank you for the invitation on this
Yeah.
podcast. I'm innovation manager of our department, analysis department, and I work at HashX, blockchain and security and analytics company. Is most trusted DeFi intelligence, specializing on smart contracts audits, consulting, development, and data analysis. And we have several core products like liquidity locker, auditor, data explorer, DeFi explorer, and a smart contract constructor. We constantly publish reports based on data in media, for example, Ethereum gas price analysis and analysis of such projects like Gamefi projects.
Awesome.
Our mission, HashX mission, is to make the DeFi space safe and transparent.
All right. And of course, that safety and transparency is so important right now. Of course, during a time when there's so many DeFi projects that are defaulting on their loans. There's so many DeFi projects that seem to be like not that far from liquidation and all that. And that's beautiful what you're doing over there. So okay, speaking of that, of course, there are some of these projects that have sprung up, like more or less, they appear to be jumping on the hype that was generated by the GameFi fever in 2021, when GameFi suddenly became a bit of a billion-dollar subsection of the gaming industry and the crypto industry, and lots of money was made. And then today, you have people who don't exactly promise to play to earn anymore. They say you can sleep to earn, you can have sex to earn, you can eat to earn, you can move to earn. I think that's one of the more popular ones. Well, yeah, so I'd like to know, Max. So in some of your analysis and when it comes to some of the projects you've been able to assess during your work, would you say that there is any one of these business models that has any sort of future viability right now? Any one of them?
Mm-hmm. Okay. On the one hand, I believe that the simplest business models, like the same move to earn or drive to earn, they're simple, have a future, because they don't require the purchase of additional equipment. You only need your smartphone to play. That's all. But my main feature, on the other hand, I think that the future is where it all began. That is the same play to earn concept. Play to earn concept. Um, but we should call it play and earn. It will be correctly, because so many people, including me, love to play games, and they do it not to make money, but to have fun. And if they manage to earn some assets at the same time, that would be just great. And in my opinion, games should be designed for the long term, and at the same time be interesting to make them want to play. I think that games with multiplayer have more prosperous than single ones, um, and the game should be easy to access, whether it's a PC game or a mobile game. I think in the future we will see, for example, high quality MMORPG in which you can earn real money. Just imagine, for example, World of Warcraft, where you can legally earn cryptocurrency. It's incredible, and I can line, for example, Elysium or Walking Dead game or Miranda's. They should be released this year, and they look really high quality and interesting. Therefore, I think the future lies with the play and earn games. Only this conception.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Because I've always thought about it actually myself. You know, that why doesn't, say, a Ubisoft, EA, Activist Blizzard simply, I don't know, implement such a business model if it was,
Hearthstone.
yeah, if it was
Like,
really, like, sustainable. Perhaps they know a little bit about gamer psychology that we might not. Perhaps they
yeah.
have learned a few things that we do not. So, okay, speaking on that, because you said a few things. You said the move to earn movement is something that could have some traction in the future because you only need your smartphone.
Yes.
And yeah, definitely other business models like that that don't need you to buy additional NFTs or additional items probably do have a future. And you say play and earn is definitely preferable than play to earn. So in that,
Yeah.
okay, so drawing from that, I would like to ask you, like, what is your position on play to earn? Because I think we said something, you did say something about play to earn movement and what you do feel about it. So I would like to actually know, for the audience to hear, like, what do you think about the play to earn movement? Do you actually think it is sustainable, or what do you see it being in the future?
Mm. I think it will be spread in the future with metaverses, with virtual reality, and with MMORPG, with mobile games, with mobile gaming. I guess it's the future, uh, because such games like Hearthstone or even World of Warcraft has its own currency. It's not a cryptocurrency, but it costs real money. Yeah, so it can be a cryptocurrency, and it can be connected with blockchain technologies. So here is the future, I guess.
Awesome.
I believe it.
Awesome. So, okay, so away from that now, let's go on to the other side. We have explored a bit of the projects or the business models that could prove viable. So what about these projects? Which of them do you think have no future? I mean, surely there has to be some of them that could be outright scams or outright unsustainable or outright, lacking a lot of thoughts or thinking right behind them. I'm talking about the sleep to earn, the drink to earn, and even the GameFi movement. Which of these do you feel possibly have no future in the short to medium term, or even in the long term?
Okay, understand. I believe that concepts that requires complex gadgets and mechanics, such as sleep to earn or sex to earn, where you need to buy special cardio trackers, yes, or fitness bracelets or watches, are less viable, of course. Not everyone will want to buy additional equipment or sleep and cardio tracker. It's not convenient. In fact, It's not even completely clear how this activity can be correctly counted in such games. So I really don't understand how I can, I'm sorry, sex and earn really. It's difficult to be understood. So, and also projects that are created primarily for making money, only for making money, and secondly for something interesting and useful, are doomed to failure. Because many players will enter at the beginning of the project, quickly lose interest, and collapse the rate of the token and NFT. According to statistics, most of these projects exist for not more than 3 months, and people lose money. So all of these projects, most of these projects seems to be the Ponzi schemes and pyramids.
Yeah,
So unfortunately, is truth.
yeah, okay. I do understand that. And perhaps I might agree with you on definitely there are Ponzi schemes out there. So, I mean, now that we have established that there are quite a few Ponzi schemes and a few schemes where it appears they're there primarily to make money and not quite to deliver much value to their users. What do you think is the way forward? Because we've established a few things. A project that is simple, a project that prioritizes, for example, like you said about the play to earn games, a project that definitely prioritizes the game over earning capacity. Projects that are simple and do not require you to buy multiple items. They're probably viable and long term, right? So now
Yeah.
that we have these Ponzi schemes, we have projects that do not do that. Do you think all this is good for the ecosystem? And do you think, for example, now that we're in the bear market, we could see a phase where a lot of them go? Because you know that's what bear markets do, right? They tend
Yeah.
to give away people that are not quite supposed to be there, and they leave projects that have long-term utility. So what do you see, what do you see as the future of the ecosystem, like where these projects are right now?
Um, I believe that the GameFi movement is on the one hand good for the ecosystem as a whole, because interesting projects that work in a bear market are like a breath of fresh air, I guess. So they introduce more people to the amazing world of cryptocurrencies, and some even make money of them. But with, on the other hand, there are a lot of projects that never launch, and people lose money and are disappointed in the market. Yes. So, but overall, I think the impact is positive anytime because of the bear market.
Of course, of course.
New
So,
project is always good for the market.
so okay, so you look forward to new projects as far as those projects, are viable and they're thinking about the future rather than just cash grabs, right? All right,
Yeah.
okay. Oh yeah, so something I forgot to tell you right before the show. So at the end of the show, we play a little game. We play a little game, and in the game, I basically mention people in the crypto industry, and you describe them with one word, just one word.
Uh,
So would you be open to playing the game?
okay.
Okay, so basically, I would
Let's
mention.
try.
Yeah, so basically, I would mention one person that possibly everybody knows in the Web3 industry, and you basically describe them with one word, just one word. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Um, in a minute. Okay, so number one, Elon Musk. Describe Elon Musk with one word.
Oh. Rich.
Yeah, that's fair. He's very rich. Okay, then CZ in one word.
um, I'm not sure.
Ah,
I guess maybe enterprising.
Enterprising. Wow, why enterprising?
But I don't know. He has a lot of ideas, a lot
Oh,
of ideas, a lot of thoughts, and he develops a crypto market. So
I like that. I like that.
enterprising.
I think we're all like him. Yeah. So, okay. The third person, Vitalik. One word to describe Vitalik Buterin.
Mm, he's an innovator, an industry. He changes the world.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Awesome. He's definitely life changing for sure. And what about Jack Dorsey? Just one word.
Mm, I don't know. I don't really know. It's a difficult game.
Oh, okay. Then okay. So one more person, Gary V. One word to describe Gary V.
Intelligent.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a smart one for sure. Okay, so thank you so much for playing this game, and thank you so much for your time. I definitely hope a lot of the Ponzi schemes and the projects with low utility are phased out of the ecosystem, especially in the bear market like this. And we definitely have less volatility in the DeFi space, which of course could definitely lead to more stability in other industries, in other subsectors of Web3, such as the GameFi, and such as, of course, the NFTs, the metaverse, and we could all grow. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for being on this podcast. So until we'll see you again. So thank you so much.
Thank you too. Can I make a final words? Yeah.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Oh, and in conclusion, I would like to say, first of all, thank you so much for the invitation. It has been very interesting. And I would like to say that before investing in any project, Gamefi or regular projects, always do your own research. Check the project website, the presence of smart contract audits. What is the reputation of the auditor company? It's very important. Which large funds or investors invest money in this project? How plausible the roadmap looks. Study the social networks of the projects and their activity, of course. Tokenomics of tokens. And all this will allow you to make the right decision. So always by your.
All right. Thank you so much. I hope people do listen, because a lot of investors never listen to this, but I do hope they do listen. So thank you so much, Max, and so we'll see you again. So hello everyone, welcome to the Money Panda podcast. Today I'm with Crypto Cafe.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going fine. It's going real fine. Definitely. Kafayat is a chief growth officer. It's a leading GameFi startup, and of course, she's here to talk to me about GameFi spinoffs, all the startups and of course all the projects out there that promise you can sleep to earn, you can date to earn, you can drink to earn, and you can do whatever else to earn. I can see definitely there is like a lot of momentum going towards people who are looking to capitalize off the momentum that was brought on by the play to earn space. And thankfully I have Kafi, somebody who is actually in the play to earn space and can speak more candidly about the viability of these projects in the near future. But before I go on, I would like people to know what you're all about, Kafayat. So could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your role within your company and within the Web3 space in general?
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Thanks for the introduction. Super happy to be here because it's actually a really, really interesting topic. As mentioned, I am from the play to earn space. So I'm chief exec growth officer at GameStation, and we mainly deal with play to earn projects. It's a gaming launch pad, so we deal with gaming, and the whole P2E space, as you guys know, is booming and it's exciting. So I was really, really happy to do this. My background's in crypto, so I started off crypto with my sister, and we were learning about all different kind of crypto altcoin gems and interesting things in crypto. You know, crypto, when you start learning crypto, you almost go into like a rabbit hole. It's just like, it'll take you so many places. You're looking at the blockchain, you'll be looking at Web3, you'll be looking at metaverse. And then I kind of was very, very lucky to get in on the whole P2E space and work my way through there. So that's a bit about myself. Awesome. And I'm excited to talk about the whole, well, we're not talking about play to earn as much today, but it's nice to move on to talk about, you know, move to earn, date to earn, sleep to earn, and some of these other new concepts. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, we will talk a little bit about the play to earn space, but I mean, before we do go in, let's dive straight into the topic at hand. So definitely you must have heard of so many of these projects that do promise you can play to earn, you can move to earn. I would say one very notable one was the move to earn project called Step It. It did really well, although the momentum has since, you know, become much more bearish in the short term, but definitely there is like lots of attention going towards projects that promise you can drink to earn, you can sleep to earn, you can date to earn. So the first thing I'd like to ask you is there any one of these business models you find sustainable or viable in either the medium to long term?
So as you slightly touched upon it, when the whole move to earn came about, it was we all suffered from the whole pandemic and COVID and being stuck at home, stuck in front of our screens and our laptops. It's bad for your health. Like they say, being sat in front of your laptop a while is really bad for your health, even though we all do it. I'm a crypto head, so I'm stuck in front of the computer a lot. Oh, it suits you about your glasses, and with your glasses, it looks cool.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So when the whole move to earn came about, it came at a time where it was kind of helping us out of our health, because it wasn't, you know, when you think of P2E, you think of, you're really judged about your performance. Like, you know, when you look at Axie Infinity, some of the big ones, I've got you, all these kind of other ones, you're judging your performance. But move to earn, what it did is it was kind of judging your efforts. So we don't all have the same health ability or anything like that, but you're judging your efforts. And I think Step In did it really, really well with the whole trainer and the NFT, and then Sweat Coins, another one that's a really big one, and then MetaGym. There's loads of move to earn projects. Get Kicks is another one that's coming out in the future. Don't know if you know about that one, but that one was on Game Station, which is the launchpad I'm part of, and there's loads of move to earn projects. But then it takes you to some of these other ones that you're hearing about, like Sleep Fee. I don't know, Sleep Fee is like built on Avalanche, and this one is like you get NFTs in the form of beds. I don't even know what to sleep in. So there is quite a lot of hype behind it. So I mean, a lot of it is going to be built on Avalanche, and a lot of people are talking about the whole NFTs in the form of beds, and then people sleep, and then what you do is you log your activities, and this is where I'm a bit taken back by it. You log your activities, and it's like, can I lie how much I sleep? Because how do you know how much I sleep? I'm not encouraging this, by the way.
That's a great point. No, that's a great point. Yeah.
I'm not encouraging it, by the way. I'm not saying people should lie, but I mean, let's say I'm sleeping for 8 hours. Do you know if I'm sleeping for 4? Do you know if I'm sleeping for 10? Like, how is it going to be sustainable? How are you going to create truth behind it, and people gaining NFTs in a correct way and selling it on the NFT marketplace? And how is it going to, I don't know what the future would be. So it'll be interesting to see the development behind this one. What do you think of the whole Sleep Fee, the one that's getting built on Avalanche, where you get like, you're monitored on you input how long you've slept. So it's not a machine that is tied to you and says, okay, I can see your heart rate, you're breathing, so you're sleeping for longer. It's more like you input, I've slept for 10 hours.
Yeah, so yeah, there is the problem you did point out, the problem of actually measuring the amounts of sleep, accurately measuring, and not necessarily like trying to rely on the data that's input by users. There is a problem of that, and it also brings like the larger question of whether like there is like enough thought like behind the project, behind things like that. I mean, even if they could, in theory, like think of some way to capture the right data, it's more like of what value is that data, of what real intrinsic value is that data to affect, say, the price of the token, or
Yeah.
affect the other kinds of utility that the project is supposedly supposed to bring to people who invest in it or people who are interested in it. So definitely far more questions than answers, and that's not usually the best for a project. And I think like that's a recurring theme, not just within the sleep to earn space, but
Yeah.
just definitely other projects. So that's why it's more like question marks for me. But I mean, you just mentioned the case of SleepFi, but
Yeah.
is there any other one, say perhaps a move to earn project? It appears you know of other move to earn projects. Is there any other, say, business models? Let's move away from the project. Say the models that you feel are, say, easy to track, the utilities easy to identify and measure, and it's viable, say, in the short to medium term. So
Yeah, I feel like Steppin did a really good job with the whole model that they had behind it. I know a lot of people really jumped upon that. It really made a lot of people pay attention, make a lot of effort. A lot of people wanted to get the value of their trainers kept on going up, like on the marketplace. Like you could see that the NFT marketplace, the value of it, because they did things with the right utilities. It was worth people making an effort. So I think they had a really good model. There's another one called Sweatcoin, which is going to be built on Nair protocol. Anyone that watches my YouTube channel or any of my channels, then I'm a big fan of Nair protocol. Personally, I think it's really, really great gem. Was super, super duper early. So I like to always get in on these ones early. But yeah, so Sweatcoin is an interesting one, and it's one that I have looked at quite a bit, and I actually have it on my phone, and it kind of measures how much you walk. I walk a lot anyway, and the utility behind that is not. I don't think it's completely complete, but they're going to have quite a lot of development where it's going to be worth it for the person that's taking part, and with what the NFT they're going to do behind it and everything like that. So I think some are better than others. When it comes to, there was another one I was looking at with the whole date to earn, and it's called Datingverse. Yeah, that was kind of interesting because you get rewarded for the more bad dates or the more dates you go on, and then I was just like, imagine people be getting all these bad dates to earn extra crypto.
Yeah.
Oh God, it made me laugh. It was interesting. I don't know what they're going to do with the whole. I don't know the structure they're going to put behind it. I don't know the utility of the token. I don't know if they're going to I don't know what they're going to do, because I think it's early stages. But I was having a read of it, and what they do is they get people to create an avatar, and then people are incentivized to go on more dates. And you go on dates in the metaverse also. So I think they've got a couple of things behind it. So it's interesting. And then there was another one called there's another drink to earn, which is kind of interesting. So they reward people for drinking, and you drink a certain amount and you get up to 33 cents per liter or something like that. And I was just like, what? Do you know what? There's a lot of ways in this world to make money. That's one thing we got to take from all of this.
Yeah,
I can get paid.
Yeah.
You like dating? Go on dates. You like drinking. Even people that sleep, you can even get paid for sleeping.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And like for me, my perspective on this has always been, hey, if there's people who already have a popular behavior, or like a behavior that basically like ties into an existing market, say the dating market, says the market of people who drink water, which is everyone, but
yeah.
There are people who actually already cash in on the fact that you need to drink clean water. Say exactly, especially in third world countries like Nigeria, where I am.
Are you based in Nigeria?
Yes, I am, and I'm Nigerian national. And
okay, what part are you from? I'm Nigerian. So what?
Oh, that's lovely. I could tell from the name. But
yeah,
you might be you might be a British national, but I am Nigerian, and I do live in Nigeria. So I come from the southern part of Nigeria. Mostly, I could say it's more south and a little bit of southwest. Don't worry, I could talk to you about it like off camera.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So basically, all I'm saying is, like, in third world countries, yeah, there is like an actual need for this. There is a market behind it. So when you do see a company that says, "Hey, I want to try and tap into, say, 20% of people who do need to drink water," I mean, there is clearly a bit of a business case to be made there. But then the questions arise when there are just far more questions than answers. There is, okay, how do they know I'm actually drinking as much water as I say I am? How is this process not easy to hack? How is, just a lot of things like that. And so that brings me to my second question, my second main question, because I have asked a couple of questions, definitely.
Yeah.
So that brings me to this. So which of these do you feel absolutely has no possible value in the near term or in the mid
Ah,
term? Because I mean, there are some things you
ah.
see and then you feel maybe not. Maybe this is a bit of a cash grab. For example, I wouldn't necessarily say, of course, you would never say never in this space because this
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Never, never
actually
say never. You can surprise yourself always. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, when I see the sex to earn space, I'm just like,
Oh yes.
I'm
There's
just
there's
like,
a, there's a there's one called Sexton. I
yeah,
don't know
I'm
the
more
character
like,
name of it, but
I'm
I
like,
mean
I'm more like,
that's
how, how? Okay, so yeah, in your opinion, what do you feel is most likely not to take off?
I
One of these models. Let's just you can put the projects aside. Let's say the models. Which of these business models you feel are very unlikely to take off?
see that's see, do you know what, that's an interesting question. And like you said before, things can always surprise you. There's so many things. I remember when I was first told about Axie Infinity, it was so cheap. And although I believed in the project, I never knew it would be as big as it was. I was just like, like, do you know what I mean? But then like there's always things that you see, like models you see, and then you don't know that it's going to be as big as it is. In regards to models, that I think might not. I think I don't know about that. I don't know about that. The sleep fee one. The thing about that, the problem I have with the sleep fee one, and the whole sleep to earn one is I don't understand it, and I think I've got too many questions. And maybe if I get a lot of answers, and I think with time, because obviously, the one that's getting built on Avalanche, and there's a lot of development behind it. I think these questions can potentially be answered. So that's one that I don't really see. But then at the same time, you never know, because that could be a really good one, because imagine it's so easy to do. Everyone sleeps every day. So I mean, it's like, so it might be harder to do the sex one or the date to earn one. That could be a harder one to achieve rather than the sleeping one, if that makes sense. Because that could, if that's a proper model, and they have, like they've got the NFTs for beds, and then the beds, and then the NFTs are going to sell on the NFT marketplace, it might actually be very sustainable. It might just be very, very early in development. So I don't know. Do you know what? I'll be honest, yeah, I don't know, because
And that's totally okay.
yeah, because what I've learned from this life in the last couple of years is that you can make money from almost anything. No, people can't tell you, wherever they are, people can't tell you you can't make money. It's such a weird world where you can make money watching films. You can almost be doing anything and make money. So I mean,
Yeah,
you never know. Who knows?
and that's fair enough. Yeah, and that's fair enough. I mean, like the new emerging world of Web3 is one in which like there are lots of like endless possibilities, and it's more or less built towards like people being able to do anything and being able to earn and basically being free,
Yeah.
and like on that front, there's something I would want to point out. um the Gamefi movement and the play to earn movement more or less began this entire trend of doing something to earn. So do you feel that this is the best for the near future, and do you feel it's better for the ecosystem as a whole to have more and more projects that promise you can do this to earn, do that to earn, even just play games to earn? Do you really feel it's best, or you feel that, of course, we have more emerging, evolved business models such as the play and earn, play and own, and the other things that
Yeah.
are emerging in the space? Is that something you feel these projects could evolve into? Perhaps a sleep and earn, a date and earn? Could that
Yeah.
could that be
Like move.
best for the ecosystem? So what do you think is best in the medium term or long term?
Yeah, so I'm glad you mentioned the whole play to earn. What play to earn has done really well is the whole performance base. Like, I think it's so great that you have the opportunity, like people that are gamers, for example, they have the opportunity to earn game assets and they can exchange it for cryptocurrency. I think the P2E space really kind of just did such an amazing job with what it can do. And I think with a lot of people, they can kind of adapt to that whole model. And I think Move to Earn was another one that transitioned really well into bouncing off the whole P2E space. So I think a lot of the other models, if they do it correctly, like what we were talking about with the whole sleep to earn, all this kind of stuff, if they kind of take on the whole model, which I think they are going to try and do, I think maybe possibly they can have the whole longevity behind it and they can move and make developments based on so many different things. So very, very early stages, but with them saying that you're going to get beds for NFTs, and then these NFTs are going to go in the marketplace, and then you can earn, and then you can sell your assets, you can lend your assets. There's so many different things and developments they can take, and a model they can copy. It's kind of like the whole trial and error of things. Like when you see someone do something really, really well, and you see this model worked really, really well, it kind of gives you something to follow. Whereas when you're the first, like just say you're the first ever come, like people that spoke about crypto all them years ago, or people that were talking about the blockchain or anything, people are just like, what are you on about? Like, no one ain't gonna, even the internet, when people are like, oh, use the internet. I bet people that are like, no one can use the internet. Like I heard that when they first invented like computers and the internet, they thought there will only be one between like 100 people. They never thought we'll get to a time where every single one of us has laptops. Like I've got 3 laptops, I've got, do you know what I mean? So I think the good thing about these new models and these new kind of things like sleep to earn, date to earn, thingy, and they know what to copy. So I feel like they'll take inspiration from the whole play to earn space and the whole move to earn space and things like that. So they could have a future. Who knows?
That's great. That's great. So it's good you mentioned that they do have a bit of a precedent, and they have a little bit there to copy and to implement. That's good, because I mean the better they actually do, the better it is for the ecosystem. If they can somehow manage to replicate some success that the play to earn movement actually did, then that only inspires much more like confidence in the ecosystem, and that's really good for everyone as a whole.
Yes. Yes. I like that you said that, because also another good thing about it is what a lot of us want, because the way crypto's becoming mainstream, the fact that for example there's a lot of people that are gamers and they will be playing games for years. Like there's traditional gamers that play something like, for example, Legends of Aria. They hear that it's moved to the blockchain, it automatically makes them want to move on to the whole P2E space. A lot of them, they'll know what it is creating wallet addresses, but they'll find out with like tutorials and things like that. So the good thing about it is that even with the move to earn, when people find out about this, it allows more adaptation for people that are just not even in the crypto space, that are living their normal lives, to jump onto the crypto space. So it's kind of really good that it's kind of bringing them over. So traditional gamers, normal people, it's bringing them all over to the crypto space. So it's good for the ecosystem to an extent.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the same way lots of people that love to sleep would find out they can earn just from sleeping.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's wonderful. So one more thing before you go, I'd like to play a game. So the game is a really simple game. Yes, sorry, I didn't exactly tell you before, but it's a simple game. I will mention one person in the crypto space, and all you have to do is describe that person with one word. One word.
Oh, one word.
Yes, one word. So I'll mention a name, and I'm going to try to mention a lot of popular names. I'm going to mention the name of people who are more or less popular in the Web3 space, and you'll describe them with just one word. So are you ready?
Oh gosh, yeah, I'm ready. I have to be ready, right?
Awesome. So the first person I'll mention is Elon Musk, in one word.
Influential.
Wow. Okay. Influential is one way to look at Elon.
Yeah, because I feel like he does influence the market, whether people like it or not.
Yeah.
And whether we agree with him or not, I think he has a lot of influence. at one point when he was just doing these tweets, looking at this, looking at that, even with the whole Dogecoin, with Bitcoin, he's influential, whether people are fans of him or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And after Elon Musk, we have Mark Cuban.
I would say, oh, come back. I need to think of one word. I'm determined to just give him one word, because otherwise I'm going to start saying a whole long spiel. But yeah, come back to him, and I'll have one word.
Absolutely. The third person is Vitalik Buterin. One word to describe Vitalik.
Genius.
Oh wow, that seems
I'll say he's a genius.
Oh.
Yeah, what he's done with ETH and everything. Yeah, definitely.
He gives Einstein vibes.
yeah, exactly. And his mum is incredible. She's one of the advisors on do you know a gem called Metis?
No, I did not.
Amazing. So look at Metis. Metis is really, really good. It's trying to do it's trying to speed up the speed, you know, like gas fees, cheap fees, all this kind of stuff that ETH has had some sort of problems with in the past and stuff, but Metis is doing a lot of great stuff. So she's one of the advisors behind that. But yeah, for Vitalik, genius. His one's easy because he's a genius.
Wow, awesome. And what about Jack Dorsey?
I would say,
okay.
He's been quite lucky, because some of the situations that happened, he's really stayed up to date with what things have happened.
Yeah.
So I'll say he's definitely talented.
Okay.
Jack is very, very talented. So maybe the word talented. I'll just use the word talented.
Okay. Awesome. And that brings us to the end of this episode. I'd like to thank you so much, Kafayat. This has been so much fun. This has been so much fun.
I know, it's been fun. I've really enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah, I mean, like, especially your take on these projects and the way you do see them. You did say something very important though, and that's the fact that they really need to answer like a lot of questions. You need to have projects and business models that are fully formed before they are made public and shown to investors and other people who might be interested, and that will definitely generate lots of interest and would be better for the ecosystem as a whole. So thank you so much for being on this podcast, and I will see you soon. I'm quite sure I will see you soon. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. You know what, honestly, it's been so much fun. What I was going to tell you something. Oh yeah, I thought of a word for Jack, which I think I should have used. I think he's innovative.
Woo,
I think,
okay.
Because I was trying to think of one word, but there's so much, because he does so much. I'll say he's innovative, because I mean, anyone I can come up with the things he's come up with, not even just Twitter or other things. It's just, he's innovative. He must have a very creative mind, but more to that. But yeah.
All right.
That's the only word I can think of. But yeah, this has been fun. It's been so nice talking to you, but we'll catch up soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, and see you on the very next one.
Yeah, defo. Take care. Bye.